Hello, I'm in Kobayashi. This is like my apartment. You can see my kitchen and my bookshelves in the back. It's not even 7 a.m. in the morning, so there's no light other than here. Like, I don't know why I don't film videos right here because there's so much freaking light. Why do I film way over there? Decided that I wanted to vlog some of my writing experiences because I have so many feelings and I need to express them, like, right now. So, one of my major issues is there is still no name for a horned Pegasus or a winged unicorn. Like, why is there not a real name? Like, there's the name Alicorn, but that's from My Little Pony, and that doesn't count, and it sounds lame, like, for such a majestic beast. So I have to write horned Pegasus, and horned sounds really ugly, but it sounds better than Alicorn, which just sounds dumb. I want to be that linguist. I want to be Shakespeare that just creates words. But then I'm like, what if people think I'm dumb? I've been writing since I was 11 and 12, like, on paper. Before that I was writing in my head. But yeah, and people used to be like, why are you making all these names? And I used to have like a dictionary of terms and like different languages I created, and then I was like, okay, I need to simplix this real down. That was also not a word. I do it in speech a lot too when I'm talking. I'm like, I say things that can sound like they are real things, but they're not. And like 99% of the time, people don't catch on. Wrote over 2,000 words already, and I'm like on a writing spree. So like, I've been adding a lot of stuff in. Kulog, who is the winged unicorn, that I normally say horned Pegasus, to be honest. He's awesome, and I didn't give him like much backstory. So I had the backstory for years, and then I like explained it. She rescued him from people who cut off his wings, and now he's not a winged unicorn. He's just a unicorn, but she's like, he's a unicorn. And yeah, she like gets mad at people that don't call her a unicorn. It makes my book sound like a kid's show. It's actually like a great epic fantasy. There's also animal rights activists in it. One of my best friends is a huge animal activist. Maybe that's her like inspiring off. I always find it weird because people always create like really great connections between animals and people in books. I've never had like a huge interaction with like an animal that I'm like, you're my life, which a lot of people have. I've loved my animals and I love having other animals, but like I have a great connection between Kulog and my main character Karazlan, so I'm adapting. I don't know. Apparently I can only have connection to animals if they're horned Pegasus. Wrote my first, it's not a love scene because they don't have sex, but like heavy makeout scene. I'm asexual. I'm not the most like sexy person to write sexy stuff, but I was like, well, these characters need to make out, actually to do with sexuality and stuff like that. Anyways, but the point was that they had to make out, and I had to describe some of the things they were doing in order to like explain why one of them was having an issue based on the gender that they were making out with. I was like, I feel like my mother is watching me. I'm glad I've like come over that, because I realized that like as an ace person, I really struggle with writing romance. Like 99% of my characters end up to be asexual, and I'm like, that's great because I'm ace and it's great to represent that, but don't need every character to be asexual or just like doomed. They're either ace or doomed in some romance, because I'm like, I don't understand relationships. Not that I've been in relationships, but like none that have worked out. What other great adventures have I had? I talked about cooking duck and baklava. I talk a lot about food. I work as a chef, and I was like, I feel like the more I know something about it, like the more I include in my book, and like how food is prepared, like that's something like I do a lot. So this like humorous like first date between two people, in which it's a flashback, but like not a flashback, it's like a person remembering it. But about the like awful food they were used, because they put every single seasoning from nutmeg to cumin, and I was like, what two seasonings would taste worse together? And now I feel like I should go eat nutmeg and cumin. Something that belongs in the beloved drink of eggnog and something that belongs in Mexican food totally should be together. I dwell a lot on like how different authors and different people like impact the kind of writer that I am going to become. And I'm currently reading Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman, and I'm loving it so much, and just the way that he writes and the things that he writes about, I'm like, I feel like this is an author that is really going to inspire how I write, and I think that's really awesome. It's really great when you meet that author, not meet him because I haven't met him, but meet him in his work and is like, wow, this is someone that I can be like, is an inspirational one. Also, like, I read Exit West. Like, I didn't like it at all at first. And then by the end, I was like, oh, I love this. And, like, now I can't stop thinking about it. And it's been, like, 2 days. And, like, when I was writing, like, I saw some of the style of, like, in the story, the author tells, Musin something. He tells the fates of different people's throat. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Well, at first I was like, do I really want to know this person died? Because, like, everyone dies in this story. And he tells you that. Like, when you meet them, he's like, yeah, and this person died. Saw some of that, like, irony and, like, that telling of the future come in. And I was like, oh, I like that. People that are like, oh, it's all been written. You shouldn't write stories that, have been written. And it's like, it hasn't been written by you. And I think that you take such a, like, a mosaic of different things together and combine it into your own work. I definitely like to learn from different authors and take themes and ideas. And anyways, I think I'm done rambling now, and thank you for joining this Ramblefest at early morning here and showing my ankles, showing my ankles. Have a great day and happy adventures.
This is what I brought you, this you can keep. This is what I brought you, may forget me.